everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video consists of the biography of a famous writer, Mulk Raj Anand. Life history. Mulk Raj Anand was born on 12th December 1905 in Peshawar, British India, now Pakistan. He was an Indian writer. He completed his studies in Cambridge University College, London, Khalsa College, Amritsar. His notable works are Kuli and Untouchable. Mulk Raj Anand was an Indian writer in English, notable for his depiction of life of the poorer caste in traditional Indian society. One of the pioneers of Indo-Anglian fiction, he together with R.K. Narayan, Ahmad Ali and Raj Rao was one of the first Indian-based writer in English to gain an international readership. Anand is admired for his novel and short stories which have acquired the status of classic of modern Indian English literature. They are noted for their perspective, insight into the lives of the oppressed, and for their analysis of improvement, exploitation, and misfortune. He became known for his protest novel Untouchable, followed by other works on Indian poor such as Coolie and Two Leaves and a Bird. He was also noted for being among the first writers in incorporate Punjabi and Hindustani idioms into English and was a recipient of a civilian honor of Padma Bhushan. Early life and education. Born in Peshawar, Anand studied at Khalsa College, Amritsar, graduated with honors in 1924 before moving to England. While working in a restaurant to support himself, he attended University College London as an undergraduate and later studied at Cambridge University, earning a PhD in philosophy in 1929 with a dissertation on Bertrand Russell and an English empiricist. During this time, he forged friendship with a member of Bloomsbury group. He also spent time in Geneva lecturing at the League of Nations International Committee on Intellectual Cooperation. Anand married English actress and communist Cathal Van Gander in 1938. He had a daughter Sushila before divorcing in 1948. Career. Mulk Raj Anand's literary career was launched by a family tragedy arising from the rigidity of Indian caste system. His first prose essay was a response to the suicide of an aunt excommunicated with her family for sharing a meal with a Muslim woman. His first novel, Untouchable, published in 1935, is a chilling expose of lives of Indian untouchable caste. The novel follows a single day in the life of Barkha, a toilet cleaner who accidentally bumps into the member of higher caste, triggering a series of humiliations. Barkha searches for self to the tragedy of the destiny into which he was born. Taking the Christian missionary, listening to a speech about untouchability by Mahatma Gandhi, a subsequent conversation between two educated Indians, but by the end of the book, Anand suggested that it is a technology in the form of newly introducing flush toilet, which may be his failure by eliminating the need for caste of toilet cleaners. Untouchable, which captures the vernacular inventions of the Punjabi and Hindu idioms in English, was widely acclaimed and won Anand his reputation as India's Charles Dickens. The novel's introduction was written by his friend Ian Foster, whom he met while working on T.S. Eliot's magazine Criterion. Foster writes, avoiding heroic and consummation, it has gone straight to the heart of its subject and purified it. Dividing his time between London and India during the 1930s and 40s, Anand was active in the Indian independence movement. While in London, he wrote a propaganda on behalf of the Indian cause alongside India's future defense minister V.K. Krishna Menon, while trying to make a living as a novelist and a journalist. At the same time, he supported left causes elsewhere around the globe, traveling to Spain to volunteer in the Spanish Civil War. Although his role in the conflict was more journalistic and military, he spent World War II working as a scriptwriter for the BBC in London, where he became a friend of George Orwell. Orwell's review of Anand's 1942 novel The Sword and the Sickle hints at the significance of its publication. Although Mr. Anand's novel would still be interesting on its own merits if it had been written by an Englishman, it is impossible to read it without remembering every few pages. Is also a cultural curiosity. The growth of an English language Indian literature is a strange phenomenon and it will have its effect on the post-war world. He was also a friend of Picasso and his painting by Picasso's in his personal art collections. Anand returned to India in 1947 and continued his prodigious literature output there. His work included poetry and essays on the wide range of subjects as well as autobiography, novels and short stories. Prominent among his novels are The Village across 1939, Across the Black Waters 1939, The Sword and the Sickle 1942, all written in England, Coolie 1936, and The Private Life of an Indian Prince 1953 are perhaps the most important of his works written in India. He also founded a literary magazine, Marg, and taught in various universities. During the 1970s, he worked with the International Progress Organization (IPO) on the issue of cultural self-awareness among nations. His contribution to the conference of the IPO in Innsbruck, Austria in 1974 had a special influence on debates that later became known under the heading of the Dialogue Among Civilizations. Anand also delivered a series of lectures on eminent Indians including Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and Rabindranath Tagore, commemorating their advertisements and significance and paying special attention to their distinct brand of humanism. His 1953 novel, The Private Life of an Indian Prince, is autobiographical in a manner of the rest of his subsequent novel. In 1950, Anand embarked on the project to write a seven-part autobiography titled Seven Ages of Man, for which he was only able to complete four parts beginning in 1951, with Seven Summers followed by Morning Face, Confession of a Lover and a Bubble. Like much of his later work, it contains elements of his spiritual journey as he struggles to attain a higher degree of self-awareness. Political orientation. Anand was a lifelong socialist. His novels attack various aspects of Indian social culture structure as well as the legacy of British rule in India. They are considered important social statements as well as literary artifacts. Anand himself was steadfast in his belief that politics and literature remained intractable from one another. He was a founding member of the Progressive Writers Association and also he helped drafting the manifesto of the association. Later life. Anand married Shirin Wazifar, a Parsi classical dancer from Bombay in 1950. Anand died of pneumonia in Pune on 28 September 2004 at the age of 98. Works by Mulk Raj Anand. Untouchable 1935, Coolie 1936, Two Leaves and a Bird 1937, The Village 1939, Across the Black Waters 1939, The Sword and the Sickle 1942, The Big Heart 1945, The Lost Child 1934, Seven Summers, A Memorial 1951, A Private Life of an Indian Prince 1953, The Old Woman and a Cow 1960, The Road 1961, The Death of a Hero 1964, The Lost Child and Other Stories 1934, The Barbers Trade Union and Other Stories 1944, The Tractor and the Goddess and Other Stories 1947, Reflection of a Golden Bed and Other Stories 1953, The Power of Darkness and Other Stories 1959, Lajvanti and Other Stories 1966, Between Tears and Laughter 1973, Indian Fairy Tales 1946, More Indian Fairy Tales 1961, Seven Summers 1951, Morning Face 1971, Conversation in Bloomsbury 1981, Pilpari Sahab 1985. Awards. International Peace Prize 1953, Padma Bhushan 1968, Sahitya Academy Award 1971. Thank you for watching the video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.